All right, so today we're going to talk about the play action protections, mostly the gap stuff. Okay, so this would be the gap side of things in the Shanahan world. Okay, we're studying the same teams that we have in the other videos. So we have the Niners, the Rams from the last 2 years, the Titans, and the Packers. The way gaps are named are 17 is going to the left. So 17 power, 17 counter, 17 GT, whatever it is going left, 16 going to the right. Okay, you can see the list of gap protections there at the bottom that we're about to go over. Just some overall principles of gap scheme protections is that these are truly tracked out play side. So in my offense, we work to people. So these two for those two. We're not as concerned about gaps because I think it's really hard to say, hey, you're deucing, you're double teaming this 3-tech on a guard. You're double teaming this 3-tech to the backer. You also have a gap, right? I think that I think naturally you stumble into blocking the A gap sometimes on run through. But I don't want that guy also in charge of the A gap because then you're half in, half out. You're doing two jobs and none of them are that good. But when you track things out, when you truly track them out and say, hey, you do have the A gap. Hey, tackle, you do have the B gap, so on and so forth, right? So we're making our calls to people. We're actually not working to people. We're truly tracking this thing out front side, and we're in charge of our gaps. Generally, these are used on quicker shots, okay, because you are pulling people and back blocking and hinging and stuff like that. You do have, you are susceptible to middle run throughs. So I don't like these protections as much for the deep shots as I do for moving linebackers and throwing glances, throwing curls, maybe throwing like white cross behind it, stuff like that. So the gap protections to me are quicker shots, second level shots between the safeties and the linebackers, right? That's kind of pocket you got to throw a lot of these things onto. I do think because there are holes in this, you do need answers for interior pressure, right? So a lot of that will be just checking into a different play or even checking the protection into a more solid zone or half man, half slide type protection. If you see cross dog, even interior like single fires are not, or single dogs, I'm sorry, are not fun to deal with. So having a way out, if you do see obvious pressure, is important in these protections. And all of these go into an open edge. You're talking about what is it? I call it a dose look. Okay, and that is the tackle that the play is going to. So the play side tackle. A dose look is talking about having somebody head up, having two defenders head up or outside of you. Okay, so this could be in an odd front with a 4 and a walk up. This could be in a 4 down front, even front with a 5, and the linebackers walked up. Those are called dose looks. So I have two human beings head up to outside of me. And what's important about those is almost all of these, I only have one puller going there, right? So I can't leave 2 for the puller. Because I can't leave 2 for the puller, I have to slow down and take the end or take the inside piece of whoever those 2 guys are. So I drag them, I have to slow them, whatever you want to call in your offense, but I have to be in charge of that guy. So that can be pre-snap like we talked about, or it can be post-snap, a 3-tech looping. I can't let a 3-tech inside me from the tackle loop outside of me because I can't put 2 onto the puller. Right, I can't let a 4-eye loop outside of me. I can't let anything loop back outside of me because now I'm creating a post-snap dose look. And dose looks are no bueno on this. The good thing about a lot of these protections is it's a lot of same as for the online, right? So if they know 16 counter or P16 counter, P being the play action version, then they can easily go to through all the pops and all the tags. They can do sickle, and then finally they can do pocket, right? So it looks like a lot of different things. You're really talking about tags that changes one person on almost all of these. So the first one we're talking about is power. You're gonna block it just like the run, so it's pretty easy. And this is just one back power. You're gonna point the second linebacker in the box, and that's important because the running back is in charge of any secondary pressure. So in true power, he shouldn't be in charge of any linebackers because we have enough guys in the core to take care of them all. So how do you block it? If you skip pull it, if you open pull it like the Niners do, it's up to you. I would block it exactly like you blocking the run. Okay, just you are pulling up and not going downfield. You're gonna Donna or back or timber, whatever you want to call it, any sort of odd or bare front. We're going to get to this one a little bit later. Same thing there. Right, so this is not a very common one because you're not getting people out. Just a couple of quick looks at it though. Right, they're sneaking the fullback out on a sail route, not a bad idea. Sorry. So 49er get the deuce back to 54. The tight end has all the defensive end unless a linebacker walks up. So he has all the DN. So Kittle is all on the kid on the hash by himself. Because they treat this like bear, right? They donted it or DDD'd or went back to it. Trent is B gap hinging, maybe based off demeanor of 50. He knows 50 is not coming, so he just stays in on 91 a little bit longer. The pulling guards could fit. There's going to naturally be a crease in these odd fronts, right? Between the 4i and the 9. You got to fit in that crease and take what comes. Technically, you're in charge of 56. Running back has any secondary guy. So secondary here would be 35 on the hash. 35 doesn't come. He gets out en route. And most of these would be off one steps, right? Because we're trying to throw these things quick. These are quick throws. We're not trying to step in the pocket and throw post crossers off a lot of these because there are some moving parts here. Really good job by the play side tackle here. I'm understanding I can't create a post snap dose look, right? So there's 4i, there's 3, whatever you want to call him. I got to take him. If he loops out, I have to take him back out. Down block, B gap pinch. So good look at how you treat this under wall front, where you'll call it this, bear shade or whatever this is. All right, so this is a very interesting one. Okay, so this is a fun one because we got secondary, linebacker, and then there's linebackers out here. So by rule, the point is the second linebacker. Right, so the point where the combo would be going to is this kid who's outside the screen right here. The kid who ends up actually pressuring here. You see him pointing there. So this should be picked up by what we call a gaps call, which means I have backside pressure. Backside linebackers pressuring outside. So everybody can then bypass the first guy. So the tackle can go block the linebacker off the edge. The center can bypass the nose because the nose is a slant. The center can bypass the nose and block the end. Okay, the guard can block, and then front side's all the same. Right, and then same rules for him. I can't create a post-snap dose look, so I've got to carry. So Whitworth is okay. He takes a little speed off the end. Okay, but he blocks the linebacker he's in charge of. The center's just too slow here. Right, the center can just, on his way through, I know I got in charge of this B gap. On the way through, I can provide presence, but I cannot get stuck here. And that's where the sack occurs. Running back's confused. He thinks he's in charge of this guy. He's not because he's a linebacker. He should be out on route because he's in charge of either secondary guys. So a fun one, a 4-1 box, which you would never think to get. Right, it's kind of NFL stuff. You have a clean 4-1 box with a attached tight end, right, which is not really seen in high school or in college. So just want to look at that one. It is different. It is hard. It's something you'd have to definitely talk about in gameplay meetings, how you want to treat it. Another funky one, right, because there's not a lot of these cuts, so you got to go with what you got. So this is really an underfront without a defensive end over here. Okay, but this side it has like a what we call a trio side, so 3 bigs on it. So a trio side is 3 bigs. Any sort of 3 big, you get a fan call. That lets the tackle know, right, I have all this guy. So same thing if he's a 4i. As soon as the tight end gives you a fan call, you have all the defensive ends wherever he is. That also alerts him on a fan call that now I become quote unquote the tackle here because I can't allow this guy to loop because there's nothing left outside of me. Right. So a fan call kind of alerts the whole front side that you're in man protection. Right. So the left guard does a really nice job there of understanding I have the defensive tackle with 2 eye. Even if he loops back out, I'm in charge of that. Center's back to the first thing backside. Okay, does a good job there. The tackle is B gap hinging because there's nothing to hinge back out on. He can just stay down on the B gap. Front side's really solid. You see the open pull fit in the crease wherever it is. And running back's checking his protection. He's getting out. So this is something these guys do more than anybody else is they do this stuff off movement. What is hard when you start moving the tight end is you lose the ability to do the fan calls and stuff like that because he's not there front side. And the timing's off, right? So the tight end and the guard are getting it at the exact same time. Okay, so because of that, I would almost give this a different name, and you'd have to truly track this thing out on all parts. Okay, and have no dose rules, have no fan rules, nothing. Like you are kicking the first thing out, you're pulling up and fitting off, you're blocking B gap, you're blocking A gap, stuff like that. Not my preferred way of doing it, but it is a way of doing it, is truly tracking it out and having no calls to change anything. A quick look at punch. So punch is 2-back power. That is kind of what I just referred to is because you have a fullback coming and kick anything out, you have no fan calls, you have no dose looks, you don't have anything like that. Everybody front side is in charge of their backside gap. You can do your combos, all that kind of stuff, just like you want to, but you're not going downfield. Same rules, backside, if odd with an overhang or a trio look, 3 bigs, center back, you have to Donna this or DDB it or timber it and send and sing back. Right, these are for really quick throws. Tight end no longer has a fan call. He's blocking anything in C gap. You see a difference here by the tight end number 82. If this was power, he would have to block the end. Because the fullback's coming to kick him out, I can now track C gap. You can be more aggressive on this one. Play side guys, backside, center, and tackle are the exact same thing. Interesting point here. Should have pointed out in the other ones, and you'll see it going forward, is a lot of these are drawn with B gap hinges. Okay, if there's no B gap player backside, there's no reason to hinge. You can just set the DN by yourself, right? So 69 here. If there's a 3 tech there, you go gallop down, 2 steps, hit the 3 tech, and then hinge back out. Because there is no 3 tech, I can now just go and set the end right away. Last look at this one. Okay, you get a very similar look. Okay, you can see it's just a more aggressive. Really like 66 set, the right tackle. Okay, there's no reason to pass at this. Go out, block him right now, keep him on line of scrimmage. Okay, really nice demeanor. Good job by the center. Guard, everybody's in charge of their front side or their backside gap. Fullback's kicking out the first thing, whatever that is, the first piece outside of the tight end. And the guard is now fitting in that crease. Okay, the crease being between the fullback and the tight end. Okay, so a really good fit up of how this thing blocks. Running back, and a lot of these just gonna stay in because it's like you're throwing slants. This to me is more of a check. Like you're running power unless you come up and they're in single high, so they outnumber you. Then you're checking the protection with the punch protection, and throwing the slant. So I mentioned at the beginning that a lot of these protections are not very good for throwing down the field. This is the one that is good for throwing down the field, okay? So this is sickle. Sickle is this sick little knife thing. Credit to Stacey Sherrill, never knew what this was, but we call this protection sickle for this reason. And that's what the pull will look like. Get that kind of shape, that whatever that is, that circle-ish shape is the shape of the puller. Okay, so play side tackle, play side guard, center, backside tackle, exact same rules we just went over. Exact same thing. Okay, the tight end and the guard are going to be different. So the tight end is going to block the C gap for a 2 count and then get out on his route. His route could be a drag, it could be an over, like an over the ball, it could be anything. But he's gonna block C gap, okay, and then release. Block C gap for 2 seconds and then release. The guard is what we call sickle pull. Okay, so he's getting depth and he's reaching the end man line scrimmage. So he's reaching whoever, I shouldn't say that. He's reaching the end man line scrimmage. And the tough part about this, let me go back. The tough part about this is as he's pulling around, if that end man line scrimmage is inside the tight end, so the tight end is blocking him, then that guy's gonna look blocked. Okay, and that's the issue that shows up a lot of film. Is that tight end or the guard comes and pulls around, and he sees that defense end is getting blocked, and so he keeps pulling. Now realizing that tight end is about to release. Okay, so if the tight end is blocking somebody, it's usually who you're gonna have. Okay, so just set up, understand the quarterback setup point, the C gap at 10 yards, and reach anything over there. A couple different things you can do in the backfield. This is just what they do, talking about the Shanahan world, is they sell outside zone away from the call, right? So if the quarterback is setting up to the right, so 16 sickle, he's going to play fake outside zone away from him. He'll play fake outside zone to his left, and then he's going to set up C gap at 10 yards, right? So the same spot we set up on like break in the keeper world. It's the same thing. The tailback is selling outside zone, and he has any backside pressure. Looking at these two looks here, right, it's blocked the exact same thing as power. Really, it's blocked the exact same way as counter. Okay, there's tons of stuff, tons of overlap in there. We're just changing a little bit what the guard is doing as he's coming around. Okay, he's not fitting the crease anymore. He's reaching the end man line of scrimmage. Here's an example of backside pressure, backside secondary pressure, right? Because if the wheel came, we gaps it like the earlier clip. But if the secondary came, that's in charge of the running back. Front side pressure, we got some issues. We've got to kill it, get out of it, or throw it hot somewhere. Okay, so if like the strong safety came here into the play, we have no way of picking it up unless the tackle could somehow gather the end, right? If he could see it, then they would turn to the same dose type rules, and all that kind of stuff, but that is hard to see. All right, so there's a look at odd, right? We got a trio look, we got 3 big center backsides. We have to don this thing back. Let's look there. All right, so a couple good shots of what this thing looks like. You see a set point, right? We're saying C gap at 10 yards. Good job by the quarterback. So you get a lot of your digs, you can throw your post crossers, your deeper shots can come off this protection since you are getting away from the issue, which is the middle of the pocket, right? You're getting on the edge, you're setting up. You should be able to, outside of front side pressure is the issue here. So outside of front side pressure, you should be good to go. Good look here. Okay, starting front side, working our way back. Play side, tight end, blocking C gap for a 2 count, 1-2, then getting out on the route. We have the deuce going back to 58, okay, but we're tracking out. We have A gap and B gap responsibility. Same thing, the tackle cannot allow a dose look, so I can't allow this 3 tech to loop. Okay, I can't put 2 on the puller. Center's back, first thing backside, and then without a B gap threat, Trent Williams, left tackle, is just setting 55. Selling outside zone away, quarterback set, 10 yards, C gap. C guard is pulling really good eyes here by the guard of understanding who the end man line scrimmage is. You'll see this becomes an issue later. At 75 pulls, he keeps pulling and he'll let like 44 go. Not realizing that the tight end is about to release or forgetting whatever that is. Okay, so good look. Can smoke a cigarette back there, really good protection. Same formation, same motion, similar look. So 21 came, we'd have issues. We have nobody for 21. I like what the play side tackle does here. Okay, starting the deuce, 50 goes away, so now I can square up in my gap. Getting ready to help what comes. So trick, backside tackle does not B-gap hinge this. Okay, it could be because 92 is not athletic enough to jet up the field, whatever it may be. You could also in all these pull the center. I should have said that earlier. On all these, anytime there's a backside three, we pull the center, so the center didn't have to back block a three tech. You can certainly pull the center. Ohio State runs this protection, but they keep the tight end in. The tight end does not leak out, right? So it just adds a little bit more to that side of it, right? So if that's something you're wanting to look at, Ohio State does a really good job of this protection by keeping the tight end in. So you see 75's eyes here, right? He has all 98 as he pulls around. He's good there, and then he kind of loses his eyes. He needs to keep attacking it, understanding that that's going to be his guys as play unfolds. I think the center's a little passive on the back block. Might be easier if you just pull him. Yeah, I'd probably recommend doing that. And it pairs nicely into a protection we're going to do later if the center does know how to pull his protection off. Question you have to ask yourself, let's say that D end is not in a 6-eye or a 5, or whatever, he's not inside of me. Do I block out on him? Say they have an odd overhang. Do I out block him just like I would in power, or do I still track the C gap? These guys still track the C gap. There would be an argument to go out block that guy and then leak late, because this is the worst case scenario, right? The guard's got to go. You're not gonna be able to set up in the pocket. You're not gonna be able to set up, C gap at 10 like you want. Everything else remains the same here. So how do you want to treat a wide D end, wide linebacker type? Would be the question to ask yourself. All right, 61 front, the new rage. Starting backside, easy job by left tackle. Not easy job, a simple job, I should say. No big gap threat. He's going to take all the D end, set him. Center is blocking back on the first thing, backside. Guard play side tackle. Reducing straight up here at 51. In charge of A gap, B gap. Good job by 69 here, being slow. See, here we go. Here's the issue. All right, and this look, who does 75 pull 4? Okay, I would probably check out this protection here because if they both came, you're done. You could treat this like a dose look in 69 if you want to fan it. It's a way to do it as well. Actually, it's probably the best way to do it. Is treat it just like you would power. And if this is power, you'd fan it, right? So you'd be here and here, block for a 2 count, and then release. You ultimately are in charge, right? And that keeps the rules all the same. So I just answer my own question. Treat it like power and fan it is the easiest way to do it, and not track the C gap. As soon as you start tracking the C gap, now you have issues like this. If there's 2 front side, right? Now that can keep all the rules the same as far as dose and all this kind of stuff we've talked about in the past. Fair look. So we got trio backside, trio, right? The word trio means there's 3 bigs center backside, or 3 bigs from the center over, right? So you have a trio look to both sides here. But going backside, if this guy was not here, you would not have to don it. You could keep the ace on. You could block it just like that. Talking about power here. As soon as this guy does walk on, you have a trio look, so you have to send it back. So now you're back, hinging it. You're here, and now you're pulling right there. Same thing here. I would fan this because you don't want to sickle. Try to get the quarterback outside with a wide jet rusher. Setting 6 cannot allow this guy to loop. He's got to take him back out. Good understanding there. So talking about counter is good because the building block for the last couple protections to go over. For the everybody outside of the tight end and guard, it's all the same, right? So place side tackle, same dose rules, place side guard, all that kind of stuff. Center and the backside tackle are all the exact same thing. What's happening here is the guard is pulling and kicking out the first thing outside the place side tackle, whatever that piece is. And now the tight end is replacing what the guard was doing earlier on power, right? They're just flipping. So the guard is now pulling, or the tight end, I'm sorry, is now pulling in the crease and fitting off the guard's block and blocking the +1 to the point. It's anything that comes. And now the running back has any secondary blitzers backside. That's incorrect. He should have any secondary blitzers anywhere, right? Because you only have 6 to block 6. He's got to take the 7th. You will still have to don it. All those same rules still apply. Backside pressure, right, is in charge of the running backs. Play side pressure, secondary pressure, would probably also be in charge of the running backs, okay? The tight end might be able to pick them up, but to keep things safe, just in case they brought 2, you say running back, you have any secondary pressure. Cross dogs is a fun one because they're bringing 2 interior. That's why you don't like this pressure, because now you're changing rules. All right, they're bringing 2 inside. Now the running back has to be involved on that because the tight end is probably not going to be able to see it and stop in time. So any of these protections, they bring both interior backers in a cross dog or a double dog, any sort of 2 middle linebacker pressure, right? Running back's now involved, and the rules become hazy. The play side guard's going to pick up the first one, whoever that may be, right? And now the running back has to make him right and pick up the second one. That's why if you had any indication of this, you'd want to check it into a half man, half slide, or check the play completely, or go zone protection of some sort. Don't want to be in this and cross dogs, because I never like saying, hey, make him right, because now you're super hesitant. Nobody knows who's blocking who, and just figuring things out post snaps up what you want to do. Really, to me, this play, as soon as they go single high, this protection, I'm sorry, as soon as they go single high, and any of these protections is not as good, you might as well just go into zone protection because they're matching you anyways. You don't have people in conflict to throw the pops as much of that nature. So I do not like this protection if they're going single high at all. I'm going to check the whole thing. And to me, these, we're just going to look quickly, right? Because it is so much carryover. Tackle. Good understanding of the dose look post snap. Okay, talking about 69. 3 tech loops. I got to take the looper. Guard is pulling and kicking out the first thing outside the place I tackle, who's the end who's spilling himself. You really like it if he's spilling hard, because I just pack him in a line. Makes life easy. Tight end's fitting off the guard. The DN was to spill it so hard, that's fine. We can fit outside of it and block what comes. Running back is any secondary pressure. Everything else the exact same. Hardest looks when they're jetting front side, like they are here. Okay, this is not fun either. There has to be a word here to tell the tackle. I'm sorry, to tell the guard that the tight end's got to block and then release, just like in sickle. That's the rule in sickle. There has to be a rule here. You cannot expect that guard to pull around the edge, see the DN getting blocked, and bypass them, right? Because the issue is if the tight end's getting out like he is here, and nobody's blocked 52, okay? And now you have a guy in the quarterback's face and throwing it right to a linebacker, right? So I certainly would never block counter like this. Either keep the tight end completely in or get him out 100%. Don't half-ass it like this. I think this is the hardest thing to do on that guard. And now you half in, half out. let's say they made a gaps call here. See how flat the center is? The center is going back to who's at 10, coming back in the picture, right? He's bypassing 90. See how flat the left guard is, and our left tackle is coming down hard on 97. By far the most common, okay, is basically exactly what we just ran. You're just removing the tight end's not involved anymore, okay, because the tight end's not involved anymore. The running back now has +1 from the point being the second linebacker in the box. But up front, it's the exact same rules. Okay, you're just going no more tight end, so the running back now takes the tight end job. Okay, you got all kinds of variations of this, including firm. Okay, our first look at firm. Firm is a backside tight end attach. So up here we have 16 pop. So 16 is going to the right. We have firm backside. Okay, so firm is cut rules for the tight end. So cut rules for the tight end, remember, is if I'm the tight end and I get cut or firm, I'm coming up. I'm blocking the defensive end. I have all the defensive end. Okay, unless a linebacker walks up. Okay, like this picture here. The linebacker walks up, I make an out call and tell the tackle to come out with me. But if that wheels off the ball, then I'm blocking the end by myself, or I'm blocking the end and I'll get late help from the tackle. What this also does for the center, which this changes for the center, as far as an ID, is you no longer have to don things, right? With a trio look, because technically this is a trio look, right? I have a tackle, I have an end, and I have a will. So I have 3 down guys head up to backside of me. If that was not there, I have to don this all the way back, or gaps it, I'm sorry, all the way back. Because that I do have a firm call, I have a backside guy, I can keep it solid in there and no longer have to do that. Okay, so firm is good for pardon the pun, but firming up the backside of it. Okay, front side changes nothing. Guard, tackle, running back doesn't change anything over there. And I can solid it. So solid it is the same thing. I just have 2 tight ends backside, and then solid rules apply there, like I've talked about in other videos. Same rules for the center, right? I no longer have to ever down in this thing because I have tight ends backside. You can see it right there. I don't have to don it with backside tight ends. And then finally, I can seal this thing. Okay, seal the exact same rules we talked about in other videos. It's a cousin of firm. It's firm, but we're just a second level guy coming to also help out. But really, the rules don't change for the O-line on any of these. The one thing about firm is now the tackle can be slower on his V-gap hinge coming back out at the end, right? Because he doesn't have the end by himself. He can really secure, especially if it's a 3 tech, I can really come down, secure it for the center, and then get back out late, almost like a B out, like in some like the Willie protections in inside zone. They look very similar. So this is just pop, right? This is counter. If you were giving the O-line their own calls, you can give them the same call here. It's just straight counter up front. Right, running back now has +1 to the point, which would be 9, right? They're going to point the second linebacker in the box with 58. Alert to backside run through here. So if 58 did run through the backside gap, the center would take them and the guard would come down 98. Everybody else remains the same though. A lot of these throws are very quick. Wide cross type things are popular, right? Because we're talking about moving the linebackers a step to throw behind them like that. Really nice look there. So Derrick Henry would have 50. We're pointing 54. Same front. Same look. Easy life. Okay, so exact same premise of counter. You just have the running back taking the tight end's job. Really nice. I really like how this combo looks front side. Okay, that feels like an actual run combo. Talking about the left guard, left tackle. That feels like run. And then you're able to still, beautiful job by left guard here. I know he's a freakazoid athlete, but really good job of selling the 3-tech, starting the combo, but then ultimately kind of like the keeper world, right? Ultimately being charged at a gap to your right. So he starts the combo, and he's able to help up. If 91 wanted to cross face the center, he's able to help in his A gap. Your tight end front side, just kind of getting out, slowing down JJ Watt for a second. Certainly helps the puller get around. Okay, you need puller expansion here as much as possible. Right, you're trying to expand the pocket. He slows down. You want to expand, keep going. Quarterback setup points to be different. All of these, or you can stay in the pocket, or you could shuffle it once or twice. That just kind of depends on the play. Really nice here. Really nice dose look. Right, I play side pressure. That is technically the job of the running back. You're hoping that everybody front side is smart enough to see this. Obvious pressure and slow and collect it. I have to slow and collect it, right? Dose look. 2 outside. I have to slow and collect it. Can't put 2 on the puller. I'm in charge of +1 to the point. So I have all of this. Abort mission or abort the fake. And then also I should be getting help here from the guard. Really good awareness front side here of what's going on. Able to help the running back out. Okay, you should get 2 guys on the edge guy now. You should get the running back and the guard both over there to secure that block. Same thing here. Trent Williams just outblocks him, right, to get him to dip underneath. Right, no reason to slow it if he's that wide. Right, let's not take the risk of slowing it down. Just go outblock him. He should 2 face you and go back inside, right? He should cross face. I got 1 outside. I got 2 outside me. I got dose look. That alerts the guard. Tackle's no longer working with me. I have to take 98 wherever he goes. I'm also involved in this. And everyone else is the same. See how quick these shots are coming out, right? Because I'm just trying to move 34 a step and throw right behind his ear. Love this clip from my pocket expansion standpoint. Right, we got a bear look, or whatever you call this, a cub look, bear look. I call it cyclone for Iowa State. You always talk about expanding the edge. Watch our right guard here. He's almost out of the picture, right? Because he's pulling for the first thing off the tackle. Nothing shows, so he just keeps running. I love it. We're a little exaggerated, but it's awesome as far as truly expanding the pocket out. We got a fire backside. So the rules for running back should be +1 to any secondary pressure, right? So he's kind of pretty heavily involved here in protection. So he has any secondary pressure front side or backside, along with the +1 to the point. Good pickup there, though, for the running back. Go through some firms. Backside, right? Firm is just saying I have a tight end backside. The front side protection should not change at all. Everything's the exact same. The only thing that will change maybe is a tackle can be slower, obviously coming back out to the end, right? Because the tight end should take them. So this right tackle here could really be slow, really come down, drive hard on this 3-tech, and then come back out late. But everything else is the exact same. Very funky look at a not creating a post snap dose look by 71, right? The looper, the 3-tech across from him. 71's going to obliterate anything in the B gap. Really good awareness though, if I can't allow anything back outside of me. So he ends up looping back out, okay, and blocking this thing up pretty nicely. Tight end has all the defensive end. Firm to him is cut, right? I have all the defensive end unless a linebacker walks up, then I make an out call. Same thing here, you get edge pressure. Comes from the safety, right? So it's in charge of the running back's job. Same thing, 2nd1, good awareness to come back out on the 2-eye who ends up looping late. Good awareness by 71 once again, and 75, right? Got a trio look front side. Can't have a trio look front side. I have to out call it, or sorry, fan it, whatever you want to call it, slow it. I cannot leave all these guys front side for the puller. Or firm backside with 44 acting as a tight end. All right, so he has all the walk-up linebacker there on the hash. It means no Don call, right? If 44 was not involved, we'd have to Don this thing back. We'd have to send this whole thing back to make sure we're okay. And he'd have to go out. But because I do have this piece backside, I no longer have to do that. I can stay solid in the box. If you look, another odd look, right? Tight end has all the overhang linebacker as soon as it goes odd. They do Don in this. They don't have to. I'd rather stay solid in this thing. He can stay here. We can block it just like this. Okay, they do Don in it. Advantage of donning it is now you get 2 to help the tight end on the DN, right? Can you get the tackle back out there? Disadvantage is now you're sticking both linebackers on the running back in protection. Two off the edge and an odd front, right? You got some issues. Running back's gonna have to be involved. Or you have to be able to slow call this because of the 4-eye. They do Don in this, even though I would not. Okay, you got nobody backside. You have a tight end backside. You have no defenders backside, I should say. Pop seal, okay, we have the same rules as we do in firm. We just now have an extra guy back there, okay? It does not affect the O-line at all. It just helps the tight end. You could essentially get a triple team on Cam Jordan like they do have here, okay? But everything else is the exact same. Really good look at it. We'll throw downfield a little bit once you start adding these pieces backside. A2 is wrong. Okay, A2 should be taking all the DN by himself, should not be B gap hinging. Or, I'm sorry, C gap hinging. Right now, you're just putting too much speed on 44. Right, so 82 should be setting the DN, and now 44 is coming and fit in the crease and helping wherever needed. Probably going to be the DN on the tight end matchup. You'd also potentially get the tackle back out on it, depending on how you'd want to teach the tackle on firm to be any different or not. Optimal play side, okay, playing with fire. You got 2 outside you have a dose look for the tackle. I would set them, make them come inside, collect them, and now kick out the edge. Now the edge ends up dropping, okay, so it helps us. But if they both came, we'd have massive issues here. We'll breeze through the rest of these pops. Oh, okay. I'm gonna talk about pocket. Pocket's interesting, man. I can say pocket I've never really seen before I really started studying this thing. So pocket is pop plus keeper. Keeper is a protected naked, right, where the quarterback's moving outside the pocket. So that's kind of the combination here. And it's really very similar to pop. Okay, it's pop for the tackle, the guard. I'm sorry, it's pop for the play side tackle and both guards. It's different for the center. It's different for the backside tackle. Okay, the center has two rules. Okay, if he has an open backside A gap, so I'm going 17 pockets. So I'm faking to the left, quarterback's going to the right. So I'm the center, and I have an open A gap to my right. Okay, I'm going to what we call pocket pull, which is very similar to the sickle pull, and reach the in-man line of scrimmage. Okay, so what a pocket pull is, I'm flat down, right? Because I can't get depth right away because I have a guard pulling behind me. So I'm flat for 2 steps, and then I sickle pull. So flat and then sickle for the in-man line of scrimmage, who is going to end up being blocked by the tight end for like a 2 count, and then he's releasing. If I come up and I have a 2-eye, a shade, something in the right A gap, then I'm just going to reach him. Very simple. What's different for the backside tackle is he's not B gap hinging anymore. He's down blocking the first thing head up to inside of him. Okay, and that's it. So you can see down here, these 2 looks are the one down here on the left is what it looks like when there's nothing in the A gap, right? So the center is flat for 2 steps, nothing in the A gap. Now he is going to sickle pull, which we talked about earlier. He becomes sickle pull and reach the in-man line of scrimmage with the play side tackle down blocking, the 3-tech. Same thing over here on the right, play side tackle. There's nothing head up, nothing B gap, so he's blocking the first thing inside with the nose. He's coming to smash the nose. The center cannot sickle pull or pocket pull anymore because he's an A gap defender to his right. So he's just going to reach that A gap defender, plays over. And so we block it the exact same way we block these other things. We're just not going to make the difference is out front here. We're not going to make a dog call. Okay, we have backside guys over there. We always have a backside tight end here or a backside piece to down block the in-man line of scrimmage. Same thing here. Right, so this is the hardest look because the guard has to now come reach the nose, which will show poses some issues. But the goal of this thing is to get a keeper with an escort of the center, so that the center is actually going to escort them out, right? And the Rams, I see the Rams doing it this way. You don't have to do it this way. With the pocket pull, you can keep it all the same as pop and just have the tackle down blocking the first thing head for inside. And that could be a very simple way of doing it as well. I just thought this is a pretty cool way of doing it. So this is the simple way of doing it without the pocket pull. Okay, tight ends blocking, keeper rules, however you want to scheme up the keeper. If you want to do it the high school simple way, you say, hey, this is just like pop. The only difference is tackle. You're not big guy pinching. You are down blocking first thing head up to inside. Right, quarterback is running keeper rules, however you want to teach it. I've always done touch the C gap at 10 yards, come back downhill. I'm big on landmarks, and landmarks are the easiest thing to teach. Right, the whole clock thing is I don't quite understand the clocks. All right, so here's the cool way. Now it's not gonna look the cool way because I'm an A-gap defender, but you can see how it looks. So everybody's running pop, backside tackle, down blocking the first thing head to inside, which should be this 2-eye. Center, I'm coming up. If I have a backside A-gap presence, I'm reaching him. If not, I'm pocket pulling. So I come up, I have a 2-eye, I have a backside A-gap presence. I'm just reaching that 2. right? You can see the down block. So go reach them. Wait for your buddy, the down block, to come and force it. Okay, now we just hook the edge. Same look here. The shade, not too high, but the B block the exact same. I'm reaching the A gap presence. Tackle is down blocking the first thing head up inside. I should get reinforcement to hook it. And now around the edge. All right, so here's if you get pocket pull, right? I have no A gap. I have nothing in the A gap. Nothing here, right? So what am I doing? I'm down blocking, pop. And these guys are all running pop. I'm flat for 2 steps because I can't pull right away because I have a puller behind me. I'm flat for 2 steps, and now I'm sickle pulling, reaching the in-man line of scrimmage. So flat and then reach. Okay, they've gone back and forth on the technique. Here they're obviously just flat and reaching first thing backside of them. See some really good clips later of what I'm talking about, the pocket pull. Okay, but this is an easier way of doing it. I just want to show the easier ways of doing it first. Same thing here. I'm proposing just pulling him all the way around, which we'll see they do later in the playoffs this year. You already secured that, right? There's no reason to stay there. 92 is eventually be cut free on the keeper. So I would say just keep pulling, okay, and reach the in-man line of scrimmage just like you do on sickle. So same as teaching on sickle, you're just flat for a 2 shuffle, and then sickle. Hell of a job by the guard. Right, and an odd front's not gonna be fun. Really good angle on the backside tackle to pin this thing down. They have him fit in the crease. Right, I would fit outside the. My goal would be the center to pull, okay, and fit all the way outside the tight end. Like he's here. That to me is the goal here. Is the keeper block, the pin block, to bring the D end all the way down to you, and you end up reaching that guy. And now the tight end can get up free, right? So it's a way to throw maybe deeper shots off the keeper stuff, off a gap keeper, which is pretty cool. So 2 shuffles, feeling your way out, and then sickle pull. This to me is kind of the goal. Then you get 81 out a little bit quicker, right? Everybody can go a little bit quicker knowing 66 is coming with them. The issue here is an odd front is getting the guard to collision or take the nose to be really tough. Okay, last one I'm looking at is flow. Flow is just the full turn, full slide, very easy goal line, short yardage protection everybody carries with the tailback cutting the first thing out, the first thing outside the play side tackle. Okay, cut the outside leg, chop them down. Okay, and this you're throwing your snags, your meshes, that kind of stuff off this. To be honest, I don't love how I have this in the gap world. I should probably look at that a little bit more. Very simple. So on 17 flow, the whole O line is working your right. The play side guard, play side tackle, very important. Cell job there. When I talk about play side, I'm talking about like where the point of attack is, right? So 17, left guard, left tackle. So 17 flow, everybody's full slide to the right. Same thing, the whole dose thing does apply, right? I can't put 2 guys on the running back cutter. Here they're cutting with the fullback. You can cut with whoever. Just know I'm cutting outside leg of wherever that end piece is because a lot of these things are throwing. Boy, it's bad. Really nice cut job there. Your goal is to take your inside shoulder through his outside thigh pad. Really good explosion there. That's awesome. Aim at the hips, knowing you're gonna be a little bit lower. Really nice. Last look at a really good one here. What you don't want is the hesitancy there from the left tackle. Either collect them or not. Right, kind of leaving your running back out to dry, and that's how you get a high-low call. So one or the other. Prefer to leave him here and play on.